Hey there, Todd Toback here, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the #1 killer of all wholesale businesses, all right? This one is a silent killer because it will kill you without you realizing this. Now, if you avoid this one killer and do the opposite, you will absolutely thrive. Okay, now before I get into the #1 killer, and really, if you take what I'm going to teach you and harness it the right way, this could be the #1 indicator of your success. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Todd Toback, and I've wholesaled close to 1,000 houses, and 95% of those were locked up besides somebody other than me. In other words, somebody on my team. And I transform real estate hustlers into real estate business owners so that they can extract themselves out of their business and earn cash month after month after month without their day-to-day involvement. Now, if you have not been over to nextlevelwholesaling.com, please download the assessment. It's my gift to you, the Next Level Wholesaling Business Assessment. It's going to have you grade yourself in the 4 core areas of your wholesaling business: acquisition, disposition, marketing, and accounting. Okay, it's going to have you score yourself, spit out a score, tell you exactly what you need to work on so you can get laser focused on where you need to go to make sure you head on over to nextlevelwholesaling.com. Now, as you're watching this, do me a favor and just a blow in the comments. Let me know what you think the #1 killer of most wholesaling businesses are, okay, or really the secret to really crushing it in this business. Okay, so I just had a conversation with somebody recently on what their secret to success is, and I've hinted to this in a lot of books that I've read, in The Slight Edge and The Compound Effect. Just had a friend recommend The Power of Habit. Thank you, Kaylin. I have not read that one yet, by the way. Brian Tracy has a great book called No Excuses. Phenomenal book. Okay, the #1 killer of all wholesale businesses, and I'm going to call it the silent killer, is a lack of consistency. Okay, a lack of consistency in the basics. And there is a reason that I'm going to share with you that people aren't consistent, and I don't want you to actually blame yourself for a lack of consistency, otherwise known as inconsistency. Now, there are 2 reasons why we are inconsistent, right? Or 2 reasons why we are consistent. And I want to share with you a couple secrets here that you can ponder over the weekend. All right. So where should you be consistent in your areas of business? It really depends on where you're at in your journey on your business, all right? But the basics, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to talk about some of the things that you need to be consistent with in order to thrive in your real estate business, right? You need to be consistent in your marketing, week after week after week after week. You need to be consistent in your sales, right? How you answer the telephone, or how somebody else on your team is answering the telephone, and the follow-up, right? You need to be consistent in your accounting, to be on your numbers, and then also consistent on communicating and building your cash buyers list, right? And you need to have all 4 of these in order to really have a business that is churning without you. Whenever I talk to anyone who's struggling, who's on this real estate roller coaster, right, it usually starts with inconsistent marketing, where you're marketing and not sending out marketing every single week. Really, it goes like a gut feel, like you do a deal and then send out more marketing, and then let time go by, and then all of a sudden you close a deal and you're like, oh crap, I haven't sent out marketing in weeks, right? Then you send out the marketing and you wait for a deal to come in. Well, let me share with you a little secret about consistency. What you are experiencing today in your business, right? The deal flow, your cash flow, your bank account, is a function of the habits and the actions and the rituals that you were performing 90 days to 180 days prior to today. I'm going to say that again. The income, your results, the deals, right? Your results are a function of what you did or your business did okay? The actions you took 90 to 180 days ago, right? And you can even take that back much, much, much farther, right? Years. But the more immediate effect, the more visible effect, okay, is really what happened. And so consistency is going to be extremely important. In our business, you're going to see deals close today on marketing that was sent out 6 months ago. The follow-up that happens day after day after day after day. If you see a gap in your deal flow, in your cash flow, it's probably because you stopped marketing 3 or 4 months ago, right? If you're like, oh, I mailed and I sent out marketing 30 or 60 days ago and I haven't done deals. Well, no kidding, right? It's because of the habits, right? That's the key. The habits, day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. Some of the superstar habits that we talk about is scheduling that marketing week after week after week. It doesn't have to be insane, right? So every Thursday we have marketing go out. Every Thursday. Why? Because we want it to hit every Monday, right? You want deals closing 6 months from now? Make sure you're mailing week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week 7, week 8, week 9. You don't feel like marketing on week 11? Who cares? Keep marketing. There's short-term pain for long-term gain. Now, if I'm making sense right here, you like what I'm saying, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up or give me a wow face. I would love for those thumbs up or a wow face. By the way, if you've been inconsistent in one area of your business, do me a favor, write it in the comments. Acquisition, mailing, marketing, accounting, one area where you know that you could be more consistent. Leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, wow face. I would love that. Okay, now, I can tell you, I don't want you to beat yourself up over here, all right? First of all, this is also going to depend on where you're at in the cycle in your business. You could be a newbie wholesaler, ready to convert, right? Or you could be someone who's done a few deals, had some checks in the mail, but you know, you're on this roller coaster. Either way, make sure, by the way, you head on over to nextlevelwholesaling.com. Download the assessment. It's going to tell you where you're at. Now, by the way, all this is going to lead into more consistent habits, right? I know it's kind of an oxymoron, consistent habits. You can't be inconsistent with habits, otherwise it wouldn't be a habit, right? So, by the way, thank you for the comments. Love it. So, there are 2 reasons why we are inconsistent. I really want to share this, is that if you can nail your habits, and something that I refer to as lion habits, right? There are personal habits, and there's some things that you can't outsource to a team. You will absolutely change your life, you will change your business, and you will change your income. So there are 2 reasons why we are inconsistent in our business. Number 1, there's, in my opinion, is that we're doing activities that we shouldn't be doing, and that we should be outsourcing immediately, right? So for example, if you're having a hard time following up, it's probably because you're swamped and you're doing some things in your business and you need to hire somebody right now. By the way, you can do that sooner than you think if you're committed. Or, right, is that you're so swamped by doing the things that you shouldn't be doing, right, that you're missing out on the things that you should be doing, right? So I've got a couple of ways to deal with this, right? So one of the things that people really struggle with is marketing every week, right? So if I were you, I would delegate this to a virtual assistant or somebody on your team and put it on your calendar that a certain amount of postcards go out every single week, with the exception of the week before Christmas, the week of New Year's, and the week before Thanksgiving, right? So that's 49 weeks a year that mail goes out, right? That's just one example of things that you could do. Put it on your calendar. If you can't do it, you don't want to do it, you don't have the time to do it, and you shouldn't be doing it, that should be outsourced to someone on your team. Short-term pain for long-term gain, okay? That is a habit. Outsourcing is a habit, by the way. Delegation. Follow-up, right? That is a habit. The way that you follow up, and I'm talking about real follow-up every couple of weeks with the prospects that you need to be following up with, right? You can do that. You could put that on your calendar or to prospect for a couple hours a day. If you don't want to do that, right? If you keep procrastinating, guess what? Maybe it's time to hire somebody, and you could do that on 100% commission. So I really, really, really want to encourage that. I've talked to some successful wholesalers who say, I market. right? And I'll say it's one of two things while you're on the roller coaster. Number one, you're not marketing consistent enough, or number two is that your follow-up is poor. And if you're so busy doing everything else, what happens is that you get on this roller coaster both emotionally and financially, and it's really hard to follow up properly. Okay, so you have to make sure that you are rock solid, consistent in your follow-up. If you don't like to do it, right, that's fine. As an entrepreneur, you need to rise above that, right, and realize that the things that you don't like to do, you shouldn't have to do anymore. That's the benefit of being a business owner and not a real estate hustler. Remember, my goal, right, is I transform real estate hustlers into business owners. My goal for you watching this is to transform you into a real estate business owner. So for me, I don't talk to motivated sellers anymore, right? For me, one of my things that I enjoy like this is making videos, right? It's one of my unique talents, and well, at least I enjoy doing it, and that's why I do it. And so if you don't enjoy following up anymore, that's probably a sign that you need now to elevate yourself and delegate that. Right, and even if you're new in this business, you need to start thinking about this right now. All right, so two things. Number one is that if you are inconsistent, it's probably because, number one, you shouldn't be doing that task. It's not in your unique ability. Thank you, Dan Sullivan. Or number two, it's because you are so busy doing the stuff you shouldn't be doing that you don't have the energy or the brain power to do the stuff you should be doing. How crazy is that, right? So number one, make time, put it on the calendar on the stuff that you should be doing, okay? Put that on the calendar, right? Like marketing or hiring or making videos or whatever that is, you need to put that on the calendar right now and have a plan to escape from the activities that you do not want to do. If you have to do them in the short term to escape, fine, do it, grin, bear it. Right? For the short term, as long as you've got a plan to extract yourself from that. Great question from Ahmad. And Ahmad says at this point, when do you make the shift from hustler to a business owner? Well, I'll tell you what, and I'm going to remind everybody, go to nextlevelwholesaling.com. Make sure you download the assessment, and that'll tell you where you're at. If you're feeling you're low on the scale and you've got to escape, you should start getting out of there right now. As soon as you do your first couple of deals, you need to start getting out of hustle mode. You need to start attracting talent, helping you. You can even hire people on 100% commission. And my recommendation is to start getting that mindset from day one, right? No one got into real estate, in my opinion, to be a real estate hustler. Nobody, right? That's just the job. And by the way, if you're watching this and you're a high income earner, you're making like over $100,000 a year or $200,000 a year, right? I would think twice about becoming a wholesaler, right? I would probably take that money and start investing it into commercial real estate, or I would partner with another investor who is in commercial real estate, or do hard money loans. I recommend that wholesaling is a great business, but if you already have another business, or you're a high income earner making $100,000, $250,000, $300,000 a year, right? It's time to take that money and invest it into cash flowing investments. But when do you make that shift from hustler to business owner? Now. I did not leave corporate America as a sales rep to all of a sudden keep hustling and working harder, right? That's exhausting. Exhausting. I transform you. So Ahmad, thank you for that question. Do me a favor, by the way, if you are, if you're ready to break free, right, or you want to remain a hustler, just say I'm ready to break free. By the way, leave a comment below, and I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for the comments. My goal for you, again, is to break free. The key to break free is through massive consistency. The key to massive consistency is, number one, to commit to it. Delegate the things that you don't want to do on a consistent basis. If you don't want to do them, it's impossible to stay consistent. Focus on the activities that you know that you can stay consistent with, right? Spend your time doing those, and you will keep doing them. If you hate it, right, if it's not sustainable, then know that you've got to delegate it. Very, very, very simple. So head on over to nextlevelwholesaling.com, download the assessment. It'll give you a great perspective of where you're at. And I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Have a great weekend. Bye.